back to the original question, how do I know what my 20% is? I know people want to know what the coaches do, so I'll do my best to describe just that. The 80-20 model goes much deeper than just what goes onto my plate at each meal. My split is really determined on how I feel, how much I exercise, how much rest I get, and how stressed I am. My body sometimes needs more food if I'm more active than usual. Sometimes my body handles treats and cheats better than other times. And my 20% looks whole lot different than a person trying to eat pork rinds as a healthy chip alternative. To someone else, I have a different idea of what a compliant meal is for myself. My 80-20 split reflects what I value in my food, what I know will add value to my health, and what I deem worth my credits, quote. Rather than focusing on trying to figure out the exact 80-20 split, I just try to do better with the situation that I'm in. Sometimes I want pizza, sometimes I eat pizza. Sometimes I want pizza, but sometimes I don't eat pizza. Some days I eat my son's leftovers every single meal, other days I don't. Some days I crush Lucky Charms marshmallows from the cereal box at my sister's house, by the handful, and most days I don't. So you could say I don't focus on the 20% or trying to figure it out. I focus all my energy on what my 80% meals should be. My 20% is left up to the oh what the hell moments, or I'm so dang tired and hungry, or it's pizza night. So for me, 80-20 means I don't justify stupid choices or decisions. There will be some oopsies, but it's just a speed bump. Below, I have listed my daily habits and choices that have built the body and health I have today. This is just a glimpse into my 80-20, and I hope you find it useful. My 80% habits, meaning these are the things I do every single day with intention. I eat plant-loaded meals with lean protein sources almost every meal. I eat about 4 to 5 times per day. Each meal usually has a plant in it. I eat about 8 servings or more plants per day. I eat carbs every single day, even on non-workout days. If I do eat a lower carb meal, it is usually for dinner. I eat random handfuls of fruit throughout the day without thinking twice whether I've had too much or if it's paired with a protein. I drink at least 100 ounces of water on most days, usually more. I go to bed around 9:30 p.m. every night. I really try to make sleep a priority. I wake up at 4:30 a.m. every day during the work week. I work out at a specific time every day except for weekends. I take rest days from working out in the middle of the week if I don't feel good. I rarely drink alcohol, not because of health benefits, but just because I don't like the way it makes me feel. It makes me sleep terrible. I don't weigh myself. I don't even own a scale. I have weighed the same average 140 pounds for several years now. The only way I know that is because there's a scale at the gym. I don't do a lot of long duration cardio. Maybe run 3 to 4 miles if I am purposefully going on a long run. And I'll go weeks in between runs. I do love some short interval style aerobic capacity workouts like sprints and stuff. Wednesdays are usually my off from the gym day every week. This is the day I'll either not work out or go on a 3 to 4 mile run or some type of interval running workout that I mentioned earlier. I weight train 4 to 5 times per week, sometimes an extra day on Saturday if I'm feeling good. My 20% choices, meaning this is the in-the-moment choices that I don't really plan on doing that usually pop up during the week. I eat bigger portions than my hand size more times than not. I eat leftovers from my son's plate, also known as treasures, almost every single day. If there's a flour tortilla involved, there's no question I'm going to eat it. Occasionally, I eat my son's snack foods and cookies. Damn those goldfish and snack pack cookie bags. Almost every single time I go to my sister's or mom's house, I raid the pantry looking for snacks. When I go out to eat, I will usually eat a sensible habit-filled entree. Sometimes I have the bread at the table or an appetizer or choose dessert. I usually only choose one though. My husband orders pizza almost every single weekend. I'm not joking. But I will go an entire month without eating pizza and then have it 2 weekends in a row. I will eat an entire pizza by myself. Not just sometimes, but every single time I decide to eat pizza, I do not share. I eat cake at pretty much every party or shower I go to. Sometimes I feel like it makes people more comfortable if I do, but I eat it because I want to regardless. I love weddings and showers because of all the finger food. I have a really hard time not overeating at parties because of the finger foods. I do go for the habits first, like fruit and proteins, because I know I want dessert. I keep a mental tally of my 20%, what I call credits. If I'm feeling lean and not bloated, and I feel my tolerance is good, that usually results in me dipping into the 20% more. But if I feel bloated or puffy, I can refrain, knowing full well that in a few days I'll be back to feeling normal. Now, whether or not all of the above that I just said really adds up to be the exact 80-20, I will never know. But I do know the above allows me to maintain what I have. And to me, that is the true definition of the 80-20 concept. The 80-20 is not a hard rule, but more like a system to keep yourself in check. So while in the CK Challenge we do set these finite numbers with the meal compliance chart and habit tracker percentage, in the end it is just to give you a baseline to work with. I think people get stuck on this idea of I've got to hit my 80-20 or I've got to hit my macros exactly or I will fail, when this is not true at all. We constantly go through seasons of life where priorities change. Eating to make body composition changes is hard work, but learning how to maintain a healthy weight should not be. And people miss that part. Maintenance is probably the most important phase of all when it comes to your eating habits and health. This is where you will find if your real habits actually align with what you say you value. Because your body is your food journal, and it will reflect what you do, not what you say you do. You can count macros, track habits, and food log for a time period and see great results, or even gain some more awareness. But if you don't know how to maintain with foundational level 1 habits, you will never keep your results. You will always yo-yo. You will never be satisfied. You will always be looking for the next fad diet strategy to fix you. You will always see that 80-20 as a finite number to hit rather than a mindset. I love eating healthy, not just to keep a leaner body, but also how it makes me feel. So I live for my 80%. It is my focus. The 20% is just the leftovers. We all love birthdays and barbecues and holidays. And with those things, we will fluctuate in weight year-round. It's a constant ebb and flow of letting loose and then pulling the reins back in. There is nothing wrong with fluctuating 5 pounds here and there. But I believe most people think the 20% is bigger than what it really is. I think too many people are living for their 20%. I think our lifestyles allow us to justify overindulging. You still have to be in control and aware while in the 20%. Being stressed and tired equals you want more food and sugar. We don't intentionally overdo it. Our brains are just hardwired to drive us to crave it and think we deserve it. Our choices are influenced by our environment and mood, but until you have learned and gone through the long process of taking back your health, you will probably never reach that honest place of 80-20. Many of you now have reached it, or you are just on the cusp of it. To truly understand your 20%, you have to become aware of what your 80% is. And that is something that I can't give you exact numbers for, because your 80% is your way of life, what you normally do and choose. Clean Kitchen can give you the tools and the knowledge and accountability to get started, but the journey is ultimately your responsibility.